Hi, everyone. John Mark Young here with Whitaker-Myers Wealth Managers. And this week's question of the week is all about those that are in the ages of 60 to 63. Yes, we are answering a question about significant changes coming to your 2025 contribution rates. Of course, we're already in 2025. That could and will impact your retirement savings, especially if you're in a baby step 7 type of situation and you fall between the ages of 60 and 63. Now, I'm also going to talk about something that is going to be a change for everyone, regardless of your age, but depending on your income, starting next year. That was actually supposed to start this year, but is going to start next year now. But let's talk about the changes to contribution rates for those between the ages of 60 and 63. So if you have someone that you know or you are in those ages, this would be a great video to send to them so they can make sure that they're up to date on the recent changes in how those might impact them. Now, this is all stemming from the Secure Act 2.0, which was a bill signed in by President Biden around all kinds of different changes to many things, including retirement savings. But starting in 2025, individuals who are between the ages of 60 and 63, so of course this means you're 60, 61, 62, or 63, you're going to be eligible for higher catch-up contributions on your retirement plans. This means your 401k, 403b, those sort of plans. And this is a big deal. And here's why. Right now, if you're 50 or older, okay, so 50 or older, we're using a different age there, you can do catch-up contributions to your 401k or similar employer-sponsored retirement plan. Now, for this number changes every year based on inflation, but the amount for 2025 is $7,500, which is on top of your standard contribution rate, that is $23,500, changed again for 2025. But now that catch-up contribution again was $7,500 or is $7,500 for 2025. If you're between the ages of 60 and 63, your catch-up contribution will increase to the greater of $10,000 or 150% of the regular catch-up amount. So this means for 2025, 150% of the 7,500 is greater than the 10,000. So your catch-up contribution for this age group only will be $11,250. That's right. So you can do the normal contribution of $23,500 and you can do an $11,250 catch-up contribution if you're between those ages. Now, this is a higher limit that is designed to help those that are close to retirement, and we would quantify that those that are in their early 60s are close to retirement. The typical retirement age for many people is between 65-ish, plus a few years, minus a few years, depending on the job situations, the stress of the job, the kind of physical demands of the job. But it's designed to help those in their early 60s maximize their retirement savings in the final years before retirement. This is a lot of times when people have their home paid off, they're in baby step 7, and they're able to save a lot more, but they were capped out at that old $30,000 number. Now that's a little bit higher. However, it's important to note that these changes are optional for employers, meaning not every plan will implement them. So you need to check with your plan to make sure they did in fact implement it. Now, many of you are probably wondering, if I contribute to an IRA and I'm between 60 and 63, do my catch-up contribution limits change for that as well too? Because you can contribute $7,000 to a IRA or a Roth IRA, and you can do a catch-up contribution if you're 50 or older of $1,000. But the answer to that is no. There's no additional catch-up contribution for the $1,000 catch-up that you can do in a Roth IRA or an IRA. So that's staying the same. I can either do $7,000 if I'm under the age of 50, or I can do $8,000 if I'm over the age of 50. However, one enhancement that the Secure Act 2.0 did do is they're adding inflation adjustments to the catch-up contribution for IRAs and Roths. So look for that catch-up contribution, that $1,000, which has been $1,000 for a long time now, to start becoming a little bit higher each year. Additionally, if you earn over $145,000 and contribute to an employer-sponsored plan, starting in 2026, any catch-up contributions, so this is again age 50 and older, and I make more than $145,000 starting next year in 2026. I was actually supposed to start now, but they delayed it a year. those will need to be made as Roth contributions as opposed to pre-tax. You'll have no option. You could do pre-tax for your regular contribution, the 23.5, but your catch-up will need to be made as a Roth if you're over 145,000 in income. Now, these changes present both opportunities, as any change does, and potential tax considerations. So if you're between the age of 60 and 63, this could be a chance to supercharge your retirement savings and kind of do the great catch up, if you will, to what I'm actually saving for retirement. However, planning is key, and that's why you should explore these updates and their impact on your retirement plan with your financial advisor and financial planner. And certainly the folks at Whitaker-Myers Wealth Managers would be more than happy to help you if this change might impact you. Now, the other question that people oftentimes try to consider, especially as you reach the ages of 60, is should those contributions be pre-tax or Roth? And that's another great conversation you should have with your financial advisor and financial planner. I wrote an article about this on our website years ago where we looked at the Roth versus the pre-tax for the 60 plus crowd. And we gave an example of somebody that was doing Roth but going to retire in a few years. And in that situation, it was actually better to take those dollars and make them pre-tax, because just 2 years later when they retired, we could convert those dollars at a much lower tax rate. So we could do the end goal of getting them into the Roth, but we could do it at a much lower tax rate by taking the tax deduction while you're still working at a higher income level than probably where you'll be when you retire, because only 85% of your Social Security is taxed, or maybe even less than that, maybe only 50, maybe even zero, depends on your other income. And maybe you've already got a lot of Roth assets, so you've got a lot of tax-free income coming to you, and so your tax rate is going to be much lower in retirement. Maybe those last few years you should do pre-tax. Again, it's an article we wrote. You can go to whitakerwealth.com and search in the search bar at the top right, Roth versus pre-tax retirement contributions for the 60 plus crowd. You'll be able to read that article. But especially for these folks that now have this additional catch-up contribution, perhaps those should go pre-tax. It's a conversation you need to have with your financial advisor and financial planner. So if you have questions or want to discuss your retirement savings strategy, your baby step 4, if you will, feel free to reach out to the advisors at Whitaker-Myers Wealth Managers. We're here to help you navigate these changes and make the most of your financial future. And thanks so much for watching. If this week's video was helpful to you, would you do us a favor? You could do us a favor by hitting the like and the subscribe button. When you hit the like button, it pushes our content out to more people. And when you hit the subscribe button, it allows you to get our content as we release it. As well as you can go to the comment section. In the comment section, we'll have a link there where you can schedule a meeting with any of our financial advisors and planners. We look forward to seeing you and helping you implement any of these changes if they're applicable to you. And thanks so much. We'll see you on next week's video.